Hello, I'm Helen. Welcome to my booktube channel for the first time ever. Yeah, this is a new booktube, and like every other new booktuber out there probably, don't quote me on that, I don't have an exact sample. I have decided to do a new booktube tag. I have all the questions here. This is from Between Chapters, and I will link the original video down below. Sorry, I just saw a fly in my room, that was why I was looking over there. So, the first question is, where are you joining from? I'm joining from the UK, I live in Newcastle. The second question is, how old are you? I'm 19, no I'm not 19, I'm 18, I'm nearly 19. I said that 2 and a bit months early. I'm 19 and I'm currently on a gap year between school and university. The third question is, why did you join booktube? Like everyone else on this channel, I think I joined predominantly because I love books. Like, books are amazing. Who doesn't love them? But I also joined because I began to watch more booktube videos and it made me realise what a great place this community is. Question 4 is, what is the meaning behind your channel name? The meaning behind my channel name is literally I like reading and I like cats and tea, and I thought, why not combine them? It's also my Instagram handle, so yeah, reading with cats and tea. So if you want to go follow me on Instagram. That's a really bad plug, especially as the last question on this is, where else can we find you? But anyway, getting it in early. Question 5. The types of books you read and want to talk about. So I read a lot of fiction, like general sort of fiction. I don't know how else to describe it. Things like, I guess, things like The Secret Tale, The Secret History even, not The Secret Tale, The Secret History, The Goldfinch, that's 2 Donna Tartt books. Quite a bit of Ali Smith, things like that. But I also read a lot of fantasy and a lot of historical non-fiction books, and I want to read more plays and poetry because I enjoy reading them. Question 6 is some of your favourite authors. So, some of my favourite authors would probably have to be, I get asked this and then I cannot think of any authors I like. I'm like, what's a book? Some of my favourite authors are probably J.K. Rowling, because I just love the Harry Potter series and The Casual Vacancy. Leigh Bardugo, she's definitely up there in my favourite authors list. Philip Pullman, the Bronte sisters. Sorry, I'm just looking at my shelves. It's bad, but I kind of haven't read enough of certain authors. Like, I've read one book by them, but I haven't read multiple books, and therefore I can't go, oh, they're a favourite author. V.E. Schwab, I've read a lot of V.E. Schwab. I think I can safely say that she's in the favourite authors list. The last book I read, and I have it here with me, here's one I prepared earlier, is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I finished this yesterday. It is a dark academia novel that has been around a lot recently because it only just came out. It's set at Yale and it's about this girl called Alex who is involved in the secret societies and can see greys, which are essentially ghosts. I don't think any of that was spoilers. I'm going to be really bad at giving synopsises, I'm sorry. Your current reads. My first current read is Middlemarch by George Eliot. I started this yesterday. This is one of the Great Victorian novels, I think, and it is essentially about these 2 families or couples in this town called Middlemarch, somewhere in England. I think it's in the south, and it's kind of about how idealism dies in an unhappy marriage. I'm making it sound like a really happy novel. It's really good so far. I'm not very far in given how big it is. I'm on page 203, but it's like 900 pages long. 900 pages long. It's, as it says on the blurb, Middlemarch is a moving story of men and women longing to do the right thing but making bad decisions. which basically, sorry, I can't talk, basically describes most of the characters in it. I like it. I only like one character so far, but still, I'm enjoying it. I'm also reading One Book Could Never Be Enough, The Deathless Girls by Kieran Millwood Hargreave. So far, this is about two girls called Kizzy and Lily, who are travellers, and it's set in like, when's it set? Middle-aged Transylvania, the medieval Transylvania. They get captured and made into slaves, and I think it's going to become a sort of retelling of Dracula's Wives, and I've heard that it's also FF romance, so we'll see. Again, so far I'm enjoying it, and this copy is so beautiful. I don't know what that little noise is. That was sort of just me squeaking in excitement. And finally, I'm reading A History of the Bible by John Barton. This is much heavier than the other two, despite it being much thinner than some of them. One of them. This is exactly what it says in the tin. It is a very, very dry history of the Bible that I am going to try and finish. I don't know if I will manage to, or if I'm not quite intellectually there to be able to completely read this. But yeah, next question is, what do you use for bookmarks? I use bookmarks. I have a sort of tin here that's got various ones in. Here's some of the more recent ones I've been using. Been using a lot of the Magical Readathon ones recently. There's a Fairy Loot one. I have a Strange the Dreamer one that I bought online. I have some other things in here that aren't bookmarks, but I use as bookmarks. So for example, this is a thing of the different coffee pods you can get for a Nescafe machine that I just use, but not a bookmark, but still. Question 10 is current TBR pile, and I hate this question because my current TBR pile that I have here is massive, and it's like not even half of my TBR pile. You're on a pile of books that is about the same size, and I have another entire bookshelf over there that is full of my TBR. I'll try and lift this up. I will fail. Oh shit. Here we go. Yeah, I haven't read Dark Town yet. I know, it's terrible. These are going to fall. Right. If you hear a crash later on in the video, that's just that really ineffectually stacked set of books. Question 11 is, what format of books do you prefer? And I like all of them. I like ebooks, paperbacks, hardbacks, and audio. I don't really have a preference. I guess some hardbacks are prettier, but also they're heavier to carry in your bag. Ebooks are really convenient, but they don't have the covers. I love audiobooks, but I haven't been listening to many lately because I've been listening to more podcasts. It all depends. Question 12 is, what book or series got you into reading? And I think, like a lot of other people, I think the Harry Potter series really got me into reading, but my family were really bookish in the first place, so I would have probably got into reading no matter what. But the Harry Potter series, I saw my mum reading Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows the day it came out. I was like 7 or 8, and I was like, oh, what's that about? As I said, it was the day it came out, and she basically told me to shut up because she was reading it and really invested, and I was like, I want to read these books. And my parents had sort of taught me how to read at home, which they probably shouldn't have done. They should have probably left it to school, but they taught me how to read. And I'd read The Worst Witch earlier that year, and then in year 2 I read all of the Harry Potter series, and I loved them, and there was no going back. I was a reader. I also read, I think the year after, I read The Northern Lights, the His Dark Materials trilogy by Philip Pullman, And again, those really made me fall in love with reading. Those and actually the Ruby and the Smoke series by Philip Pullman. Those two, I read both of them around the same time, and kind of, it catapulted me into the world of books. 13. How did you discover BookTube? So I discovered BookTube because on my question 13 is, how did you discover BookTube? I discovered BookTube because on my YouTube homepage it went, here are some videos you might enjoy. And one of them was Cody's Book Corner, and I watched it and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. I need more. Before that I'd watched Emma and the books, but it was Cody's Book Corner that really got me into YouTube. Probably because of her cats, but also because she was sort of so engaged and so interesting, and I really wanted to know about what she was reading. It was one of her vlogs, it was one of her really early ones, and I was watching it like 2 years late, but I loved it. Yeah, and then I watched all the people she recommended, or started watching them. I'm really bad at watching BookTube videos because I either never have the time, or I just forget, or it sounds so bad. I know, I'm sorry. I need to watch more, but yeah. Question 14 is challenges of your channel, and there's going to be 2 big ones, I think. The first one, or maybe 3 big ones. First one is that I am terrible at technology. Like, I am so bad at uploading, downloading, filming, what I'm doing right now. The second, like, yeah, I'm so bad that probably I'll look at this and I'll be like, oh shit, it hasn't been filming, it just took a photo of me. Sorry, I swore. I don't know if I'm meant to swear on here. Anyway, the second problem is that I'm an idiot. Like, I'm quite clever academically, but I'm an utter idiot at everything else. You can ask me to do something. I had to put in my bank details for something the other day, and I did not know what my bank details were. I was like, what's that number at the bottom of my card? And like searching online, it was like, I can't remember any of the things. It was like, put in your card number. And I was having to go online and be like, what is my card number on this sort of card? So yeah, I'm like so untrained in life. And the third challenge, apart from that fly, the third challenge is going to be uploading regularly, which I already know I'm going to be bad at. I am sorry for how terrible my uploads are going to be. Don't even know if you can hear the fly, but I could hear it and it was annoying me. My uploads are going to be really sporadic, basically. Yeah. The 15th and final question is, where else can you find me? And I have a Twitter, which is, what's my Twitter? My Twitter is @catsandteabooks. I have an Instagram, which is @readingwithcatsandtea. My Instagram's probably better. My Twitter, I retweet a lot of stuff, and some of it's a little political, so if you don't like politics, probably don't follow me. I do tweet about books though, and that is where you'll see sort of live time of what I'm reading, because I do a thread where I have each book I read. You know, yes. So that is the end of my BookTube newbie tag, this piece of paper. Can't wait to edit this video. Can't wait to really get into the whole editing shebang. I'm going to be really bad at that too. It's going to be funny how bad this video is going to be. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Sorry, I'm sort of crouching like the camera's a child. Thank you so much for watching. It means so much that you've taken time to watch me ramble on. And I hope you come back. I hope I haven't scared you away with this video where my eyes are either looking really shut or really wide, and I look a bit like I've had a bit too much coffee. Again, rambling. Right. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, just please come back. I mean, if this video wasn't too atrocious, hit subscribe. If you want to see more of my bookshelf, hit subscribe. If you want to see more of my incredibly unruly hair, hit subscribe. Yeah, thank you again so much for watching. Sorry I don't know how to end these videos, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!